Hello, so today we're going to be covering how to turn Midi into audio. And to start off doing that, we're going to actually need some Midi. So I'm going to go over here to down the left here. You can see we've got instruments. I'm going to go into piano like before because I always use a piano for some reason, and drag it over to this Midi track. So that should be record enabled now. Yep. So if it isn't, see if this wee red bit here isn't on, you're not going to hear anything when you try to play. So that arms the track just by left clicking, or if you're on a Mac, by right clicking and holding control. I think I can't remember. You should turn that off anyway if you're on a Mac. I mean, each to their own, but I like being able to left click. So I'm going to just start recording in some chords. I've got this set to 90 BPM already because it's kind of where I've been working recently with a lot of the chill stuff that I've been making. So up here I'm going to hit this speed button. It's going to give it a count in, and then I'll just start playing some chords. Cool. Cool, I kind of like the notes. Cool, that'll do it. So I'm gonna, if I click the top up here, I can drag across to where I was. I think it was here, where I kinda found my foot and what I was trying to play. Cool. So as you can see, when I click in this, I double click it, it brings me into here onto the piano roll, like we did last time with the Midi. So again, Control J, just consolidate this, because I know this is a wee bit that I want. I don't really like that last note. And up here, you can see when I go up here, it goes from being an arrow to being a wee sound icon. To be fair, I don't like that note here. Right, we're just going to leave that like it is. Well, no, just got to delete that. And cool, so I've got some chords, and again I'm just dragging over wee bits of this because I'm not going to quantize it because I think I want it to be kind of floaty by the sounds of it. And plus I've got other instruments up here. Serum in Contact. So Serum is a synth by a VST, a virtual synth by Exfer. I think it's a guy called Steve Duda. You should check him out. If I butchered the name, sorry, but you should check out his stuff. Like, I love Serum, it's great. Probably one of my favourite synths. Well, VSTs. That and Massive. I don't use Massive as much now, but it's still good for a lot of things. But anyway, back to the piano roll. I'm getting sidetracked here already. This is what happens. I open up Ableton and then I start talking, then it's like 4 hours have went by. So within here you can see this is still Midi. So when I play that, it's corresponding with the notes here. That's in time, so we can get rid of that. And again I'm going to bring this over, right click, hit loop, and then it'll start looping. So to turn this into audio, there's a couple of different ways we can do that. Control T, and then that'll bring in a new audio track. Although you could have used one of these ones, it's just to tell you that Control T is how you get a new audio track in, I suppose. So down the right here we've got, you can see this here, this input one. That's my mic. So it's picking up my mic. I'm not going to hit in here because it will start to go all weird because it will be coming through to different places. But above it here you can see external in. So that's external in, that's external instrument. Or external input. I've actually never really considered that, I just know what it does. So as you can see down here, we've got Contact and Serum and Grand Piano. So we just played that into the Grand Piano. So what we want to do is we want to hit here and make sure it's clicked. So up here, you can see that's armed. So to record that audio back in, we're just going to hit record here and arm it. Another thing as well is I'm going to start playing this while we'll play then record. So you can see no audio is coming through just now because it's soloed. You have to actually have that track playing for it to record in. So as soon as I unsolo it, you can start to see the audio starting to appear. Cool, so that's now in audio. I'm going to put that to auto because if you put it to off sometimes it doesn't want to work. So you can see that's separate but still the same chords, but if I drag that back, that's it all together now. Or alternatively I could hold that and hit Control J. But you can see there's a wee bit at the end here, I think. So you just right there. There's nothing there, so I'm going to Control Z that. Got to drag that out to there. That's another thing as well. Whenever you're cutting audio at the end, like, make sure that you've got all of it, because you can always take more away. But once you've kind of got it ready, you can't take more on. Can't add more on. Pretty sure it was my techie teacher that said that to me when I was like 15. So there you go, words of wisdom. So now that this is in audio, we can do a couple of different things with it, and I'm going to go into that in the next video, but I'm going to quickly show you another way to do this. So I'm just going to delete that now, because why not? But I'm going to hit Control D to duplicate the piano roll here, well the piano, and I'm going to right click and I'm going to click freeze track. So what this does is it freezes it, so if I double click this I can't actually move anything about. So say you had a lot of kind of CPU heavy plugins on this, it would then just, this is basically audio before it's audio. It's a hard, I'm trying to figure out how to explain this, my brain's not for doing it, but if we right click again and we hit flatten, that's now going to be audio. So whatever you had on it when it was there, like that's it. So you can't edit the notes now because it's audio. Well, you can hit Control Z, go back away if you want to, but if you're just set on this is what I want, that's you in audio. So that's two of the ways to just kind of, I say quickly, but I've been talking quite a lot in between things, to get this all kind of down to audio. And then you can start doing whatever you want. Like if I just hit R there, that'll reverse it. Unless you're on Ableton 9, then I think on Ableton 9, it's controller. I don't know if it is, there is a quick command for it, but if you can't do the quick command, just double click it again, make sure it's all highlighted, hit reverse. Also if you try to do it while playing audio, maybe no. A lot of times it's it stopped the audio for me. Maybe it's not doing that now, or maybe it's just because it was something like Serum that was a bit CPU intense. So the other thing that I was going to quickly cover is, with Midi you can just start, you can drag it into other Midi tracks. So if I move that up here, it's now going to be in this, which as you can see is chill keys, which is a kind of, I think it's a kind of Calamity-esque type synth. Obviously it's nothing close to the kind of stuff he makes, but I followed the tutorial was really good and I started mucking about it. So see how that's all kind of floaty and wavy. So with that kind of sound, if you start firing that through tape emulators, so it'll take a lot of the kind of high end off and a wee bit of the low end, and it'll start to make it all kind of crusty. I say crusty a lot, as in, cause I'm used to talking about like firing drums through like tape emulators and vinyl emulators and stuff, and making them kind of, well, crusty, like 90s hip hop. just a wee bit of noise in it. So that, I think, covers just enough to get you able to do that. And then the next part of this video, we're going to be getting into some of the different things you can do once it's in audio. And aye, we'll just get you making noise. Don't be feared to make mistakes as well. That's one of the things I forgot I was going to add at the end of this. Like, half the things people end up making were just happy mistakes. That's all it is. It's just making a noise, just jamming. Whether you're playing, whether you're writing stuff in, whether you're like working mainly with audio and trying to kind of sample stuff, and that's just a good way to actually just. So one of the things I do, and this could get cut out of the video here, it might be too long, but one of the things that I do sometimes, if I'm having a day where I'm not feeling creative in a way where I can write things and I can come up with things, I'll just start making sounds. So I'll either go into Serum here and I'll start making sounds in that, or I'll play in some chords, maybe no even chords that I'm going to properly use, but I'll start processing them once they're in audio, and I'll turn them into just random weird sound design things, and I'll try kind of muck about and learn how to do things like that. But I think this covers how to turn it into audio from Midi. Cool. So I'll see you in the next one, and I'll start to go into a bit more detail of some of the things that you can do between audio and Midi, and get you mucking about and making sounds really.